Hello everyone, we're back again and let's get right to it because we had just heard the refrigerator close. Chester said, "Easy now." We pushed the door open. The kitchen was dark. There was no sound. Psst, Chester, what? I can't see. I can, but I can't see him. He's not here. That was a soft scampering across the linoleum, and we turned just in time to see the little white trail bounce out the door into the living room. Drat! We missed him. Come on, Harold. Let's see if we can catch up with him. Chester started towards the door. Wait, Chester. What's that on the floor by the refrigerator? He turned. This new object interested him more than following Bunnicula. Watch out, he said. I'll take care of this. He slunk across the room slowly, muscles taut and eyes alert, and when he was about 6 inches away, he stuck out his paw, closed his eyes, and batted at the object tentatively. I don't think he even made contact. Get closer, I said. Chester's eyes popped open. Who's the cat here? He asked. I know what I'm doing, and he proceeded to bat the air 3 more times. What is it? I squealed as my throat contracted in fear. I don't know yet, but whatever it is, it's not alive. Oh boy, if I wait for you, you'll be here all night. I walked bravely to the object and sniffed it. Well, said Chester. Beats me. Chester came closer. After a moment of close examination, he gasped. I jumped. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. Harold! Chester blurred. What? What is it, Chester? It's a white zucchini. And here is the picture. Right there. Chapter 4. Chester goes into his act. The next morning I was awakened by a scream. Robert, come down here right away. There's something wrong in the kitchen. For a moment, panic seized me. I thought she'd run out of dog food. But then I remembered the events of the previous evening. Mr. Monroe came bounding down the stairs. Chester, I cried. Did you see Mr. Monroe? His face had turned white. It's Bunnicula, isn't it? No, he said calmly. It's shaving cream, you idiot. By now, the excitement in the kitchen was at full throttle. The table was covered with Bunnicula's handiwork. There were white beans and white peas and white squash and white tomatoes and white lettuce and white zucchini. What can it be, Robert, said Mrs. Monroe. I'm getting worried. 1 tomato is curiosity, but this is unheard of. There must be something wrong with our refrigerator. That's it. It's turning vegetables white. But look, she said. I left these tomatoes on the windowsill, and they're white too. And the squash, I left it in the bowl on the table. At that moment, Pete and Toby came into the kitchen. Holy cow, what's going on? Hey, maybe it's a vegetable blight, Mum. Could it be that, Robert? Did you ever hear of anything like that? Well, no, actually. That is, I've heard of a blight, but nothing like this. Chester leaned away. This will take forever if we leave it up to them. Sometimes human beings can be so slow. I started to answer him, but he was heading for the table. What about that friend of yours in the agriculture department? Oh, Tom Cragen? Yeah, could we call him and ask him if we're doing something wrong? It's DDT, Mom, Peter interjected. I know about that stuff. It's because you buy your vegetables that aren't organic. All vegetables are organic, Peter, Mrs. Monroe replied. That's not what my teacher says, Miss. See, Toby, I told you this would happen. They're using chemicals on our food, and if we're not careful, we'll turn white too. Like Dad? Robert, couldn't you take that shaving cream off your face? Oh, yes, of course. Where's my towel? I know, I brought it down with me. For that matter, where was Chester? I saw him go towards the table, but I lost track of him listening to all the talk about DDT. I just hope they didn't use any of that stuff where they grew chocolate cupcakes. Pete, did you take my towel? Why would I take your towel, Dad? I don't shave. Just then the door swung open. I could not believe my eyes. There was Chester with Mr. Monroe's towel draped across his back and tied around his neck like a cape. That was a That was strange enough, but on his face was an expression that sent chills down my spine. His eyes were wide and staring. The corners of his mouth were pulled back in an evil grimace. His teeth were bared and gleaming in the morning light, and he cackled menacingly and threw back his head as if he were laughing at all of us. I thought he'd completely lost his mind. "That's my towel. What's the matter, Chester? Were you cold?" Mr. Monroe bent down to take the towel from Chester. Before he could lay his hands on it, Chester flipped over on his back, closed his eyes, folded his paws over his chest. It was a hideous sight. He opened his eyes wide. With his paws outstretched, he slowly lifted his head. His eyes glazed and vacant. Soon the upper half of his body followed, and all in one smooth flow until he was in a sitting position. "Hey, Dad, did you leave your brandy glass out last night? Chester is acting a little weird." "Oh, well, son, cats are funny creatures." I glanced at Chester. He wasn't laughing. "Psst, Chester, what are you up to?" "I'm a vampire, you dolt. Can't you tell? I'm trying to warn them." "Well, it's not working. You'd better think of something else." Chester frowned, apparently deep in thought. "So you see, Toby," Mr. Monroe was explaining, "all cats are as individual as all people. Maybe he just wants to get our attention." "Isn't that right, kitty cat?" Ordinarily, Chester would have left the room after being called kitty cat, but he was lost in thought. "Come on, Chester, give me back my towel." Mr. Monroe moved towards Chester. Chester's, here's a good picture, right there. Chester's eyes lit up. He looked at me and smiled. I sensed that I was not going to like what he had in mind. I was toying with the notion of slinking under the table when Chester fixed me with his eyes. How deep they were, like black pools. I felt myself floating, lost in them, my will no longer my own, and I felt an inexplicable urge to murmur, "Yes, master," when he walked slowly by, steadily towards me. And as he drew nearer, I found myself unable to move. He stopped before me, never taking his gaze from me, and lunged. Yow! "Mom, Chester hit Harold on the neck." He bit him on the neck. That was a real bite, wasn't it, Chester? That was a love bite. Isn't that cute? Love bite my foot. That hurt. "Chester, what's the matter with you?" I sputtered. "Do I look like a tomato?" "Oh, it doesn't matter anyway, Harold. They don't understand. How can human beings read the same books that I do and still be so thick?" Our conversation was interrupted. Mrs. Monroe picked Chester up and cuddled him. I was praying that she would not add insult to injury by kissing his nose, which he hates more than anything. "Poor Chester, do you need a little love? Do you know what I'm going to do, you big ball of fuzzy? Oh. I could tell something was coming. I'm going to kiss you on your little nose." Yep, and I could tell that was coming all right. And Chester knew better than to resist. He went limp in her arms, and Mr. Monroe took his towel off Chester. "I still don't know why he's wearing my towel," he said. "I think he must be cold here. Here's your towel. Why don't you go get his kitty sweater?" Chester looked ill, and he can wear that all day. And we'll continue this chapter 4. I have to upload this.